What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode here, Heartletics, with your host, Coach Joe. Man, I'm excited to talk about today because it's a Monday, and we got to dive right into deep with the mindset on Monday. And we're going to be talking all about the will to win. And if you guys are tuning in for the first time, maybe watching this also on my YouTube channel, definitely make sure that you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. That way you always make sure that you stay up to beat and stay tuned whenever I'm posting a new episode, which is going to be every Monday through Friday. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's my commitment to you guys. I'm here to motivate you, I'm here to inspire you, and I'm here to share with you not just successful tips and tricks on how to look good and feel good physically, but most importantly, how to become the best version of yourself mentally as well. So make sure that you sit back, subscribe, stay tuned, because we're always going to be posting good content. So let's talk all about the will to win in today's episode. The will to win. And what does that mean to you? Okay. You got to have this winner's mindset. I talked about it before. Think about it in terms of like Michael Jordan. He missed some of the game-winning shots. He lost some of the games. But guess what? Like, did he give up and go back to a regular job because he lost the game-winning shot? Like, no. He actually showed back up to practice the next day and got better and better and better. And that's one of the characteristics, right, of the will to win, of having that winner's mindsets. But also, what's your discipline like? What is your non-negotiables? I talk about that in another episode. Having set routines, having habits for yourself, but also most importantly is, and this is what we're going to dive into more into today's episode, is what is your why? See, when it comes down to having motivation, there's going to be that push motivation, and then there's going to be that pull motivation. Now, push, it's good, right? It helps out. Let's say if somebody calls you like fat, you're like, oh man, like I'm motivated to, get in shape now, right? Like it's great. But what's a deeper driving force that's going to help you is if you have a sense of pull motivation. Maybe it's like, hey, I want to lose weight, not for myself, but so maybe I can have more energy to play with my kids, or maybe I can lead better by example and create better sustainable habits for my family and for my kids. That's a different pull, right? And so I highly recommend that you dive a little deeper into what is your why. Because when you can figure out your why, you can then have that will to win. Because at the end of the day, I'll say it like this, okay? Look at it like this. Whatever journey that you're on, whether it's your health and fitness journey, whether it's being successful in business or your career, whatever the case may be, you're going to fight some enemies, right? You're going to fight some obstacles. Like, think about it like you becoming a Spartan, right? And becoming a Spartan, obviously, that requires a lot of training. You can't just show up, to war, fight, the other army and expect to win if you're not putting in the reps, if you're not putting in the right practice, But these guys, right, these warriors, these Spartans know that, guess what? When they leave their families, like, I don't know if you ever saw, like, the movie 300, right? Great movie. When these guys leave their families, they're saying goodbye because they know there's a high risk that they might not return back home. But it's the will to win, right? They're defending their rights. They're defending their families. They're defending themselves, right? It's the will to win. So what is your will to win? It needs to dive into your why. What is your why? Why do you want to get in shape? Why do you want to improve your health? Why does it matter to you? Because at the end of the day, that push motivation, guess what? Eventually, you will run out of willpower, okay? It's not going to last forever. But that pull motivation, it's going to drive you into a sense of making sure that you're showing up each and every day. And that's how easy it should be for everybody that's listening and tuning in. If you show up each and every day, I promise you, you're going to get the results that you're looking for. No ifs, ands, or buts. The problem lies is, what kind of reps are you doing to make sure that, hey, guess what? When there's that army because you're a Spartan and you're fighting it off, maybe that's also like, let's say, stress that life throws your way. Maybe that's drama. Maybe that's negativity. Maybe that's you reaching this plateau on your fat loss journey. You're getting discouraged now because there's that bad wolf telling you, hey, give up. Go grab those donuts, right? Just forget about it. Go AWOL, right? Like, maybe it's that bad wolf. Maybe. right? But like at the end of the day, just like a Spartan's getting ready for war, like you have to understand, you have to have this winner's mindset that adversity is going to come your way. It's not always going to be the easiest journey. It's going to be tough. There's going to be some battles that you got to face, right? But what is the will to win? What are the practices that you're doing, right? If Spartans are showing up and competing and training, right, and making themselves stronger to prepare themselves for those battles so they can overcome life's obstacles, what are you doing to prepare for war mentally and physically now in your life? Honestly, what's your morning routine like? I bet you anything. If you just took one thing away from any of my podcast episodes, and that was have the fundamentals of creating a morning routine and sticking with it for the next 90 days, your life will transform and change for the better. I go into details about my specific morning routine in the last episode that we did. The title is My Morning Routine, in parentheses, steal this. Go listen to that podcast. Go watch that YouTube video. It's fire. Take away some of those principles. Take away some of those techniques. Your life will change in the next 90 days. I promise you that. Now, what about the physical? Okay. A morning routine could obviously be meditation, visualization, affirmations, gratitude, scripting, journaling, anything like that, right? Prayer. These are all great things, right? But what about the physical? Well, think about the physical as, you're putting in the reps. Maybe that means that you're making a commitment to yourself to work out, 3 times a week because you haven't worked out in the last 10 years. Maybe the physical is deciding to just make it a priority, a non-negotiable, like other things I talk about, to show up each and every day and maybe strive to get 8,000 steps, right? You hear me talk about 10,000 steps all the time. That's the golden number. And, maybe you're having a hard time with that. So at least make a commitment to get 8,000. Because guess what? That's better than 5,000 or less. Maybe that means drinking more water. Maybe that means preparing more meals instead of eating out so much. You have to put in the reps. You have to show up to practice. That's the only way that you're going to win this battle. That's the only way that you're going to win this war. Just like a Spartan showing up, right, and training for battle. Think about these reps that you're putting in and these practices that you're putting in mentally and physically to help you overcome the curveballs, the stresses that life throws your way. But it all boils down to what is your why? The guys that usually sign up for coaching, they're always upfront and honest to me about their why. And when we dive a little bit deep on that discovery call to learn more about their health and fitness goals and to see if coaching is a good fit for them, it always boils down to their family, longevity, leading better by example, right? Inspiring others, making a point that, hey, I can be 50 and fit. Hey, I can be 60 and in the best shape of my life, not settling for anything else. These guys are raising their standards. They know what they want. They have clarity on their goals, and that's what makes them successful, plain and simple. So guys, to wrap things up here, you need to have that winner's mindset. You need to have the will to win. You need to understand it's better to have a pull motivation that comes from a why deep within. And when you have a strong rooted why, it's going to help you be much more successful, right, on your health and fitness journey, mentally and physically. Okay. With that being said, start adapting some daily habits into your lifestyle. And I promise you, as long as you can stay committed, right, and consistent, no ifs, ands, or buts, make yourself a priority once and for all in your life because you deserve it. I always say life is just one hourglass tipped upside down. You are in full control each and every day with the decisions that you make, whether how fast or how slow you want that sand to drop down to the very bottom. And I hope that you guys are all making the right decisions with creating the better sustainable habits for your own lifestyle. And maybe you're getting a few, practices and learning some information here from these podcasts and these YouTube videos. And if you do, I highly recommend, sharing it, and liking, this content and, subscribing and sharing it with others, because at the end of the day, that's my mission, right? Is to inspire millions. And today I'm blessed because I got the opportunity to help inspire you. So moral of the story is, understand if you have a deep-rooted why, you're going to be way more in terms of alignment with your health and fitness goals, and you're going to be able to last a lot longer because at the end of the day, it's more of a pull motivation rather than a push. And that's going to help you with the will to win so you can obviously overcome these obstacles once and for all. Guys, I really hope you guys got some value from today's episode. If you did, once again, please like and share it, maybe on your social media page or with a friend or family member. Other than that, you guys want to visit more, see more content, visit over heartletics.com. We have a free fat loss guide. We have a brand new coaching information tutorial video going over our bonus fat loss video training. It's really good. It's underneath 30 minutes long, but at the end of the day, if you're looking to create sustainable habits, want to learn how to eat the foods that you love and maybe drink some alcohol, right, and not sacrifice risking and losing your results. If you want to learn how to properly train for your body type goals also, I highly recommend going to heartletics.com and just clicking on the coaching info section and watching that 30-minute training. With that being said, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scout.